Okay, so I'm gonna, show you this cool sphere in the dark. Okay, and it's cool. And now, and it's got like chatoyancy in it, lines of crystal structure that make it like a cat's eye. And that's what that line is that you see there. And when I'm going like this, it's coming out the other side pretty good. Um, and I think I can figure out some directionalness with this that will give me a way of kind of focusing, and it changes white light into blue light when you look down the one side, you get the line, and when you look down the other side, you get a clear sphere. It's clear. Cool, huh? So what's happening is those lines in there are half the size of that particular shade of blue. Um, and they act as waveguides, and the light bounces along and turns blue. Now, this I'm starting out with blue, and so we've got blue light coming out all over because the carbon in there, the carbon 14, is giving off electrons at the same wavelength as my blue light. Okay, so we're and those things look like they're going round and round and round because the light actually is going round and round and round along that beam of laser light. Um, and because my the carbon 14 is coming off, the electrons coming off of there are stimulated by that light. They come off going round and round and round, and that's what you're seeing there. And you can see it all over the place, man. And they run into each other at light speed. These electrons, and electrons actually have mass, right? They're not like a photon that doesn't have mass. Um, they are 1/80,000th of the mass of a proton. Um, and so we've got a way of changing white light into blue light. Cool. And we've got a way of guiding it along these things. We get the chatoyancy here on the side, but the planes of cleavage are going that way. So we've got a way of directing this through waveguides that are a specific color of blue and changing all the light that goes through it into blue light, like with sunlight, okay? Sunlight out in space. And I can direct the light onto light sails. And light sails are made out of like mylar, right? Very, very strong, but very, very light. And tens of kilometers of sail and you can actually accelerate a craft, something people can ride in, um, continuously from Earth's orbit to, say, the asteroid belt. Go out there, head towards Mars, and then just keep going towards Jupiter, right? And you're accelerating the whole way, or at least halfway. And what you can do, you can actually accelerate most of the way and then slow down by looping around Jupiter. Boom, and then the mass of Jupiter slows you down, and you can drop back into the asteroid belt with your light slowing you down from the other side. Hey, that's pretty cool, huh? So you can accelerate most of the way out there. And then, of course, you set up your lasers. And when I say that, this is operated not by little batteries or, plugging it into an electrical system, but rather just by sunlight, by running it through something like this. So it's cheap, and you don't run out of gas while you're out there, which is kind of cool. And you can do the same thing up there in the asteroid belt and set up mirrors to reflect the sunlight right straight into your little blue sphere or whatever it is, big blue sphere. Um, and come on back, and then you drop back towards the sun and use the sun's gravity to slow you down as you approach Earth's orbit. And you can loop around Venus, maybe if you're really moving fast with your asteroid, right? All you got to do is slow the asteroid down. You don't have to like blow it up or accelerate it with a rocket or anything like that. All you got to do is hang a light sail or a bunch of light sails off of it and start slowing it down with your other lasers and lasers on Earth, or around Earth. And that way we can bring laser or asteroids back. And see, this stuff's powerful stuff, man. It's just a little battery operated laser pointer, and you can see what it's doing here with the light. And that stuff's flying off of there at light speed, right? And when I run my little laser pointer, even my red laser pointer, right? Low energy, it's all traveling at 300 million meters per second, but the red is less energetic because it's a bigger wavelength. There's a lot more of the blue. Um, and but even the red, when I hold my hand out on the other side, I can feel the heat from that light coming through my little carbon sphere here. And you know how much I paid for this? I think I paid $3 for this one. $3 from on eBay, right? So anyway, and free shipping. So they're cheap, 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 cheap. And this is the way you bring asteroids back, and people can live on those asteroids. And I published a picture of Yggdrasil, the Yggdrasil, or I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it's a Norse um, mythology thing with this tree, the tree of life, that actually grows up into space. Two of those, one on either side of the planet. And they're not, it's not actually a tree. What I want to grow is vines that grow from the equator out to beyond low Earth orbit to geosynchronous orbit. And you anchor each section of it, one in low Earth orbit and one out there in geosynchronous orbit with asteroids. So it's like a guitar string, you know. You've got the bridge there in low Earth orbit, and then the main stuff goes all the way out. And it goes all the way out, and because you're standing still in relationship to the planet going around, there's a microgravity, so you're not dealing with the things just floating away into space. Um, and there are leaves that are large enough to build towns, grow farms, and stuff like that. And you put two of them together and put a clear plastic seal around the edge, and you've got a place you can live. And it's about 35,000 kilometers out to geosynchronous orbit, and leaves all the way out these vines. And the vines wrap around each other. Let's see, kind of like this. And they are strong beyond anything you can imagine. And the way that you do that, of course, is you plant